Welcome back to Heroes and Whiskey. We are printing our way through the D&D 5e Monster Manual, and today we are printing monster number 31, the Ooze Demon Juiblex. So this Juiblex is from the Dragon Trapper's Lodge. I always think that the ooze monsters are a little more of a design challenge than kind of the regular creatures, because creators, I think, have a sense for what metal is like, for how cloth falls, how leather falls. But when it comes to ooze, you have to have a certain understanding of physics and just like how does ooze slime around. And I think that Dragon Trapper's Lodge did a great job with this Juiblex. There's a lot of dynamic character to it. You can see it's got tentacles and eyes and the kind of one big eye of Sauron in the middle, and yeah, it just really looks great. If you're shopping for Juiblexes out on My Mini Factory or Ooze Demons at all, there really aren't that many choices. This is the one that we found from Dragon Trapper's Lodge. It is $18, which is a lot for any one figure, but you figure this is probably going to be the final boss battle in your adventure, and so I think in that case it's probably worth it. There are a couple of others that kind of had my eye on. One is this Demon Lord of Slimes from Andrew Barlow. I don't think we've looked at anything of his yet. $10. This is kind of a cool look. It's got a couple of mouths and teeth in there. That's kind of a cool addition. And then there's this one from Jeremy Smith, only $5, which is a great deal. You can't actually see the whole figure until you click on it. But yeah, it's definitely a different look to it. If you want a towering Juiblex versus kind of the slimy tentacled one, then this would be a good way to go. It printed fine. I don't know if you remember from our Aboleth episode, but I had actually passed on one Aboleth model because I was really worried about curing the inside of the tentacles, which curled around the figure, and I probably should have listened to my own advice in that situation. I'm not really sure why, but I hollowed out this model before I printed it. I don't really know that I needed to do that. The reality is there aren't enough spaces in this model where it's like thick enough that would require it, but it kind of looks like it is, but it's actually really not. And so I did hollow it out, and it did create some problems with leaking after the fact. When I put it in the curing station and cured it, then went back to pull it off, I discovered that resin had actually dripped out of it during the 2-minute curing process, and that resin had cured the model to the curing station. So I had to crack that off to get that to work. But it came out really good. It's kind of difficult to dry brush paint slime, so I'm sure my painting really doesn't do it justice. But this really is a good model if you need a demon lord of slime. This one from Dragon Trapper's Lodge is really good. In terms of size, you can see that it's probably about 12, 15, 18 feet tall at the eyeball, so it is a great boss battle scale. And in terms of resources, it cost us $18. Took about 6 hours to print the figure and the base. So for all of the monsters that we have printed so far, we are up to $290 and right at about 5.5 days. So you need yourself an Ooze Demon. This one from Dragon Trapper's Lodge is really good. Next up, we will be looking at the Queen of Spiders, Lolth.